Hello everyone, good evening to all of you and good evening to all those who have joined us online. Welcome to this open session on preliminary examination 2024. If you have seriously decided to appear for the preliminary examination in 2024, then this session is for you. Friends, what we will do is we will divide this session into two parts. In the first part, I'll talk few things around the preliminary examination, what you should do, how you should do, and we'll try to also analyze some data related to the previous years. And in the second part, I will open the floor for your questions. So if you develop any questions in between the session, start noting them, and at the end you can ask those questions so that we can have a good session, a meaningful session, a substantial one. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. What is the date today, by the way? 29th of December. And when is the examination? 26th of May 2024. So we are sitting in the fag end of the year and nearly 5 months remain for the preliminary examination. If you want to crack the preliminary examination, you must start your preparation immediately, because this time period must be utilized judiciously and effectively. If you start losing time now, then as you progress in your preparation, you will start feeling the load or the pressure of preparation. And you know, when you will be under enormous pressure, you will panic. And if you panic, obviously, you will reduce your chances of selection. That's why this is the right time to start your preparation for the preliminary examination. Friends, if we analyze the previous year's question papers that have surfaced, say in the last 4 or 5 years, it is common knowledge now. It's an open secret that if you want to crack the preliminary examination, you have to be good not only with the general studies but also with CSAT. In fact, CSAT has turned out to be the new litmus test. All those aspirants who have taken CSAT lightly during their preparation have suffered heavily in the examination, because CSAT has turned out to be the filter. It separates the non-sincere students from the sincere students as far as CSAT is concerned. So you have to be good both with general studies as well as with CSAT. And if we take a look at the general studies section, you'll understand that the questions are no longer simple in nature. Rather, the questions are becoming hybrid in nature. What do I mean by that? It simply means that when UPSC is framing one question in general studies section, it is drawing matter from not only one subject but more than one subject. Oftentimes these subjects are related, like say for example geography and environment and ecology. So the questions are becoming hybrid in nature, and in several of the questions you will find a good admixture of current affairs. So if you are neglecting current affairs, then also you are doing it at your own peril. So what we will do now in this session is that I'll tell you first that how you should start as far as your preparation is concerned. Then we will check some data so that we will draw some important information from that data, and we'll try to regulate our preparation in the light of that data. And finally, as I said, I'll open the floor for your questions. So what should you do first when you are planning to take the preliminary examination? What is the first thing that you should do? The very first thing is that you should build a solid foundation. A solid foundation. What do I mean by that? It simply means that you should be good with the general studies as well as the CSAT section as far as the conventional areas are concerned. Now, if we talk about general studies, you should start your preparation with the NCERTs. and NCERTs are non-negotiable. One common doubt which surfaces is, which NCERT should you read? Well, my suggestion is read all the NCERTs that are available, because NCERT is not lengthy material, and NCERT is standard material. It is government published material. So when UPSC is framing questions, it will always refer NCERTs. Several times you have seen, if you just analyze the question papers, you will see this, that the statements that are given in the question are directly statements drawn from the NCERTs. So NCERTs are non-negotiable. If you are thinking that I can skip NCERTs, just read my notes or standard books and I'll be able to qualify the preliminary examination, that might not happen, because NCERTs deal with complex topics in a simple manner, because these are books written for school children. And that's why NCERT should be the foundation of your preparation as far as general studies is concerned. Once you are done with all the NCERTs, and when I say all the NCERTs, I mean the old NCERTs, the new NCERTs for all the subjects. Read as many NCERTs as possible and as many times as possible. The second thing is, you should graduate to the standard books. Now the problem with this is that the standard books are mostly written for the mains examination. But in preliminary examination, we have seen that several times matter has been drawn from the standard books as well. The standard books should be utilized as references. Go through the book, and whatever you find is missing in the NCERTs, draw that material from the books. Now that could be an altogether different topic or a topic given in more detail. So the missing information you try to draw from the standard books. So this should be the first step of your preparation. Build a solid foundation for both GS and CSAT. What should you do for CSAT? Well, the first thing is, you should take a look at the previous year's questions, and you should do some basic analysis of which areas of CSAT is more important. The strategy as far as CSAT is concerned should be completely different from what you will have for GS. In GS, you are looking for maximization of your score, because the merit list is built on the basis of the marks that you obtain in the general studies paper, and that's how you get a call for the civil services main written examination. Whereas in CSAT, you are trying to avoid a failure. You are trying to go into the bracket of minimum score. Got it? So you are just looking for, say, 33.33% of marks. That's it. That is what you're looking for in the CSAT paper. So in CSAT, you must pick your strong areas and you must be aware about your weak areas. In general studies, you cannot afford to have a weak area. Let me tell you very bluntly this. All those people who feel that I will neglect this portion of GS and still I may qualify the examination, well, that might not happen anymore, because UPSC has now started framing hybrid questions, as I told you. So it is drawing content from not only the conventional areas and current affairs, but also from several subjects of the GS altogether and making one question. So you must be good with all parts of GS. So in GS, you cannot pick choose, but in CSAT, you can definitely do that, because you are just looking for a qualification in CSAT, whereas in general studies, you are looking for maximization of your score. So the strategy should be completely different. Got it? So build a solid foundation first for general studies and CSAT, and for CSAT you can refer the standard sources, whatever they are available, and start preparing those areas where you feel weak and start practicing those areas where you are strong. Got it? Then what is the second step that you should do? You should make a clear distinction between facts and concepts. When we'll go through the NCERTs, standard books for GS and for CSAT, neglect CSAT for the moment. Just consider GS. If you're going through the standard books of general studies and the NCERTs related to general studies, you can find certain concepts and they will be backed by facts. You can draw these concepts and facts from current affairs as well, like you're reading the newspapers or the standard magazines or whatever standard material that is available for current affairs. When you are reading those content, you can clearly make a distinction between concepts and facts. Now, what do you need to qualify the preliminary examination? If we go few years back, then concepts were sufficient to clear the preliminary examination. But now things have changed. You have to be good with not only the concepts but also the facts. If you are not good with facts, you might fail to clear the preliminary examination. Especially think of subjects like science and technology or environment and ecology or economy to a certain extent. You must be good with facts as well. So while you are preparing, do not make your preparation concept heavy and neglecting the facts altogether. Nor should you only prepare facts and neglect the concepts. Concepts never betray you. Once you have understood the concept, you can apply your mind and you can find out the answer in the examination hall. But facts is something which you have or you don't have. So those people who now have more facts and back them with concepts, they increase their chances of selection. Got it? The third thing that you should do is you should start integrating current affairs in your preparation. Gone are the days when there would be separate questions related to current topics. Now, current affair content is mixed with conventional content and a question is created. That is what I'm calling as hybrid question in GS. That is the new thing related to preliminary examination. Integrating current affairs mean, like suppose you are reading something in geography. Suppose you are reading about volcanism, earthquake, etc. Maybe in the past 12 months or 24 months, there was a major earthquake or volcanic event. You must start integrating that with your content. Try to coagulate all of that in one place so that you can revise it properly. There could be a statement like recently XYZ country has seen a tectonic event. Now, if you're not aware about that, because of just one statement, you may miss the question. So current affairs is something which you cannot neglect at all. Generally, the convention was that current affairs matter of the last 12 months is important for the examination. Again, UPSC is breaking its own conventions. Now, current matter which was relevant say 24 months back or even 36 months back is oftentimes taken and put into the question paper. So you must be smart when you are dealing with current affairs. The fourth thing that you should do is you should practice a lot of multiple choice questions. Now this could be the previous year's questions or this could be other questions which are available in the market or you have collected by other means. Why I am saying that solving MCQs become crucial for cracking the examination is first you understand that whether whatever you have learned you can put that into application or not. Whether what you have learned is helping you to gain marks or not. Just by looking at the explanation of the MCQs also, you may learn new things. It could be new concepts, it could be new facts. In either way, you are adding up to your overall content as far as your preparation is concerned. MCQs should be practiced on a daily basis. You should not have a periodic practice of MCQs. Like say for example, even if you are solving 5 MCQs on a daily basis, say 5 related to GS and 5 related to CSAT, you will be in the habit of solving MCQs. So many times I have seen this. Students, they remain obsessed with preparation. They just keep on reading all the stuff, but they never test themselves by putting themselves under the pressure of solving MCQs. MCQs will help you understand where you are heading towards in your preparation. If you are not able to solve the MCQs, then whatever you are doing, the entire effort, the whole paraphernalia that you are putting in might not be of great usage. In fact, MCQ practice would be like a feedback mechanism. It will help you understand that whether you are progressing, regressing, or you are constant as far as your preparation is concerned. The next thing is you must appear for a test series, a prelims test series. Now, some people might think that if we are practicing MCQs, what is the need of appearing for a test series? Well, the advantage of appearing in a test series is very different from the advantage that you are drawing by solving MCQs. MCQs help you understand that whether you can apply what you have learned or not, whether you can solve questions with the help of your learning or not. Whereas test series prepare you for the exam day. They create an exam type environment. Test series is always time bound. It means आपके ऊपर एक वक्त की limitation हमेशा रहेगी. Like say for example, if you're appearing for a GS sectional test or a mock test, you will have 2 hours at your disposal. And you have to attempt as many questions as you can within that time frame. Because as far as GS is concerned, the strategy should be maximization of score. As far as CSAT is concerned, the whole strategy should be that I should not fall below 33.33%. That should be the strategy, right? And the best way to do that is here also go for maximization of score. So if you are appearing for a test series, then not only you will prepare the individual sections properly, but you will also have an understanding of how you perform when there is a time limitation. Test series will also give you a schedule. Like every week or every weekend, there will be a test, and that will give you a schedule to read and complete a particular subject. Got it? So many students, they do not go for the tests. They just practice MCQs and they feel that they are in a good position to appear for the preliminary examination. Since they have not tested themselves in a time-bound fashion, they struggle in the examination hall. Because that day, on the preliminary examination day, you will be at the highest level of alertness. So you are engaging your brain to a great extent, and when you are engaging your brain to that extent, your body will have some sort of say ऐसे थकान होगी आपको थोड़ी सी, और जब आपको थकान होगी तो आपको प्रेशर फील होने लगेगा अगर आपने खुद को प्रैक्टिस नहीं कराया है 2 घंटे के टाइम लिमिट में. That's why test series becomes crucial. The sixth thing that you should do as far as your preparation is concerned is you must revise. Many people, they read a particular subject. Suppose you are covering, say, Indian polity. You have appeared for the tests, you have practiced enough MCQs, and now you feel relaxed because you have scored well in the test or you were able to solve the MCQs. You feel relaxed that I am good with Indian polity. But revision is the key, my dear friends. If you fail to revise, you might struggle in the examination hall. In fact, I would say as many revisions as possible, as many of them. If somebody can revise the entire thing 2 times, he is ceteris paribus. It means all other things held constant. Suppose two aspirants have same ability. One who will revise more will have a better chance of clearing the examination. Because in several times you would see that in the question paper, you are sure about 2 statements. Maybe the third one is bothering you or fourth one is bothering you. And that could be due to lack of revision. Got it? If you look at the question paper of UPSC now, especially 2023 paper, you will find 4 kinds of questions. first kind of question which has dominated the 2023 question paper is only one or only two statements are correct. That sort of questions have started surfacing now in the preliminary examination. तो पहले क्या होता था, एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक यूज करके लोग आंसर सॉल्व कर लिया करते थे, बट एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक हैज बीन एलिमिनेटेड बाय यूपीएससी by introducing these kind of questions. Got it? And there is a great chance, though nothing can be said about UPSC, because you know the only thing that is certain about UPSC is its uncertainty, but you can say that this trend may continue in 2024 as well. These type of questions may dominate in the question paper, and if that is the case, you have to be good with all the statements. Second type of questions are the conventional type, like 1 and 2 only or 3 only. इस type के जो questions आते थे वो अब भी आते हैं और आ भी सकते हैं आगे. The third is again this type of questions were once asked in UPSC in the early 2000s, but then these type of questions were completely gone from the scene for a few years, but they have returned, they have made a comeback. These are assertion reasoning type of statements. Here you have to be good with the content, because you must know the statements, that whether they are true or false, and then you must be able to apply your mind to understand that whether the first statement is explained by the second statement or supported by the second statement or not. And the fourth type of question, which are always in minority as far as the civil services preliminary examination is concerned, is direct questions, where you will have A, B, C, D. It could be related to a particular, say, national park located in which state, that kind of a question, or it could be which of the following statements is a correct definition of gross domestic product, say GDP. That could be another question. So these are the 4 types of questions that you can expect. And since UPSC is asking more and more of these type of questions now, only 1, only 2 are correct, only 3 are correct. And the nature of the question has also changed. How many of the above statements are correct? Got it? Previously, the question was select the correct answer from the code given below. But now the statement is how many. So it means you have to be sure about all the statements. Got it? So this is what you should do. Now friends, what we will do is that we will take a look at the subject-wise weightage of different areas of GS for the past 12 years. I am taking data for the year 2012 to 2022 together, and I am taking 23 separately because of the surprise that most of the aspirants got in 2023. So let's analyze the data first for the 11 years starting from 2012, and then we will see 2023 separately, so that we can understand what we can do as far as our preparation is concerned. Now take a look at this. This civil services preliminary examination 2012 to 22 previous year's question, subject-wise weightage of different areas. Just take a look at Indian history, say for example. In 2012 there were 20 questions, 2013 there were 16 questions, and so on and so forth. An average of 17.09, and if I do it for a round figure, it goes 17 to 18 questions. 17 to 18 questions are coming from Indian history, and when I say Indian history, I am including ancient India, medieval India, and modern India together. So 17 to 18 questions are coming from history alone. Then if you look at Indian polity and governance, the average reads around 15 to 16 questions. 15 to 16 questions from Indian polity. From geography, nearly 12 to 13 questions. From 2012 to 2022, that has been the scene. Environment and ecology, again 15 to 16 questions. Indian economy and development, 17 to 18 questions. So if you look at the data, you see Indian economy is dominating as far as the years from 2012 to 2022 is concerned. General science and technology, Here you will have some basic science related questions and technology related questions as well. 11 to 12 questions every year. And if we look at current affairs, you see current affairs is also an average of 12 to 13 questions. But do not go by these averages. Look at the swing that UPSC is making as far as subjects are concerned. Like say for example, look at current affairs. In 2013, there was one question from current affairs. Whereas if you look at say 2022, there were 10 questions. And similarly, there was one year which was 2016 where you see 37 questions from current affairs. The same can be said for other subjects as well. So just by looking at this data, you cannot find an area which is having an average of more than 20. It means you have to prepare all the sections of the general study very well. So this is what I wanted to show you. Now also let us take a look at what is true with respect to CSAT. If we take a look at CSAT, what's happening with that? Look at this. This is also 2012 to 2022 previous year's questions, topic-wise weightage in CSAT. Reading comprehension, if you see, it is having an average of 27 to 28 questions. Obviously, I hope all of you are aware that in CSAT we have 80 questions and not 100 questions. Each question carries 2.5 marks. English comprehension, there was 8 questions, 6 questions, and thereafter there is no question because there is an episode around English comprehension. In 2014, there was a protest that English comprehension should not be a part of the CSAT paper because it gives an undue advantage to all those who have studied throughout in English medium. So in 2014, as a compromise, UPSC ensured that the English comprehension questions will not be added as far as the overall merit is to be ascertained through CSAT, because by that time CSAT was not a qualifying paper. Its marks were also being added. Thereafter English comprehension has been eliminated. So English comprehension से अब और कोई question नहीं आता, रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन से आता है, और ये पैराग्राफ्स जो होते हैं बाइलिंगुअल होते हैं, इट मींस इंग्लिश में भी होते हैं और हिंदी में भी होते हैं. देन बेसिक न्यूमरेसी, इफ यू सी, again you see initially there were very less questions of basic numeracy, but as the years have passed, the number of questions of basic numeracy are constantly increasing with some exceptions. An average of 22 to 23 questions from basic numeracy alone. Data interpretation and data sufficiency, which is sometimes clubbed with basic numeracy, you see 4 to 5 questions from that part as well. Reasoning and analytical ability, there also you have 22 questions average. So again, as I was talking about, when you are building your strategy around CSAT, if you are good with these 3 sections, reading comprehension, basic numeracy and logical reasoning, your chances of clearing the CSAT paper increases manifold. And finally, decision making and problem solving, these type of questions have also not surfaced in the recent past, but that doesn't mean they cannot surface. So just by looking at the breakup of the different topics and by analyzing it for the years 2012 to 2022, you see that you have a kind of understanding of which areas you should focus as far as CSAT is concerned. But as I told you, my dear friends, that 2023 was an altogether different surprise. And let me show this to you through data, and that will make more sense. Just look at this. This is 2023 paper. Geography and environment, how many questions? 36 questions. And if you see here, I have purposefully written geography and environment. मुझे तो ऐसे लिखना चाहिए था, geography और फिर environment and ecology. Why I have written it like this? Because as I told you, the questions are hybrid in nature. So you cannot separate them completely either in geography category or in environment category. That's why 36 questions from this area. Indian economy and social development, 16 question. Indian polity and governance, 15 question. Art and culture, 9 question. History of India, 4 question. जहाँ पे हिस्ट्री का वेटेज आप अगर देखोगे 10 साल तक 2012 से 2022 तक अगर आप देखोगे, इकोनॉमी के बाद सबसे ज्यादा वेटेज हिस्ट्री का ही है, और यहाँ पे इस बार 4 ही क्वेश्चन आए थे हिस्ट्री से. जनरल साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी 8 क्वेश्चंस, current affairs 9 questions, and international relations. Is international relations a part of the civil services preliminary examination syllabus? No, it is a part of the mains examination. GS paper 2 का हिस्सा है ये international relation, but क्योंकि current affair है तो international relation भी होगा उसमें, क्योंकि international relations is also a part of current affairs. So you cannot escape any one particular area as far as current affairs is concerned. अब ऐसे आ रहा है तो social justice भी आ सकता है इस बार, कुछ भी आ सकता है. So you have to be good with that. Now take a look at the CSAT for the year 2023. Reading comprehension से 13 क्वेश्चन आए हैं, रीजनिंग एंड एनालिटिकल एबिलिटी से 27 और बेसिक न्यूमेरी से देखो कितने आए, 40 क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम डेटा सफिशिएंसी एंड बेसिक न्यूमेरी से. और यहां पे लोग गलती कर गए, बिकॉज दिस टाइम द क्वेश्चंस दैट सरफेस्ड स्पेशली विद रिस्पेक्ट टू नंबर सीरीज, अगर आप उनका लेवल देखोगे तो वो कैट के एग्जामिनेशन के लेवल का था, कुछ तो मैं बोलूंगा उससे भी ऊपर था एज फार एज टाइम लिमिट इज कंसर्न. और लोग क्या सोचते हैं दैट वी विल जस्ट सॉल्व द अरिथमेटिक पार्ट एंड बिकॉज देयर इज अ ग्रेटर चांस, द ग्रेटर श्योरिटी कि उसमें कि हाँ ये आंसर आया तो मेरा सही ही होगा. बहुत सारे लोग वही करते रह गए एंड दे नेवर सॉल्व्ड इंग्लिश कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, एंड बिकॉज दे नेवर टच्ड कॉम्प्रिहेंशन और रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन टू बी मोर प्रिसाइज, दे लॉस्ट in the CSAT. So many students who score well in the general studies paper still fail to clear the preliminary examination because they lose on the CSAT game. Because they take CSAT very lightly during their preparation and hence they suffer heavily in the examination. So this is what we can understand as far as 2023 is concerned, that UPSC can do now anything. UPSC is becoming more and more unpredictable. See friends, if you are planning to prepare for the preliminary examination, on an average, though this may differ from aspirant to aspirant depending upon the skill and the effort that the aspirant is ready to put in, but on an average 2.5 months to 3 months time is required to prepare for the preliminary examination. So what we are doing here at EDEN IAS is that we have designed a 75 days prelims accelerator, and I'm calling it Mission Prelims. The whole idea is to help you prepare for the preliminary examination within a time frame of 75 days. So what you can expect in this program, we show this to you. Now these are the 8 things that will happen under this program. First, you will have general studies classes, then there will be CSAT classes and current affairs classes. You will also have complete study material that will be provided to you. This study material has been made by a team of experts, and after ransacking all the important NCERTs and standard books, and this has been created for the purposes of preliminary examination. Bullet wise hoga, synopsized hoga, excellent for last minute revision. Also, after every class you will get 10 to 15 MCQs which you can solve by attending the class and by using the study material that would be distributed to you after every class. Then there will be a full length prelims test series. Now this test series will have 16 tests, 8 of them will be sectional tests and 8 of them will be mock tests. Then you will also have personalized mentorship where teachers will handhold and guide you in your preparation. कई बार क्या होता है कि हम prepare करते हैं, हमको पता नहीं होता कि हमारा strength कहाँ है और weakness कहाँ है. तो आपको अच्छा सा एक guidance मिलेगा इसमें, जिसमें आपको पता लगेगा कि आप किस direction में move कर रहे हो और आपको कहाँ मेहनत और करनी चाहिए. And then finally there will be doubt clearing counters as well, which would be periodically arranged for you. When you are preparing, if any doubts surface, then you can attend these counters and you can eliminate your doubts. Do not get confused between the doubt clearing counters and the personalized mentorship. Doubt clearing counter होंगे जो आप पढ़ चुके हैं, उसमें जहां प्रॉब्लम है उसको एलिमिनेट करने के लिए. मेंटोरशिप होती है हमेशा आप आगे और क्या कर सकते हैं एक एनालिसिस के लिए as far as your preparation is concerned. Now, how many general studies classes? There will be 124 general studies classes, and these 124 general studies classes will be enough to cover each and every section of the general studies. CSAT की कितनी classes होंगी? 50 classes for CSAT. So you can understand that when you will attend these 50 classes and you will solve the MCQs, then there will be a good practice for the civil services aptitude test. Current affairs की भी 50 classes होंगी. कितनी कही मैंने जनरल स्टडीज के लिए? 124. कितने जीएस के लिए, सॉरी कितने सीसैट के लिए? 50. और कितने करंट अफेयर्स के लिए? 50. इट मींस 224 क्लासेस. दैट्स इट, विद इन अ टाइम फ्रेम ऑफ 75 days. ये कैसे होगा? आई विल टॉक इन अ मोमेंट. So with these classes you will find yourself in a good stead. You will find yourself in a good position as far as your examination is concerned. Now all these classes will be conducted by me and my team of teachers. The program begins on 22nd of January 2024. The root point here is we have designed this program by keeping in mind the time period. The program ends somewhere by mid of April as far as classes are concerned, and आपके mock test को मिलाकर ये 5th May के आसपास खत्म हो जाता है. 11 अप्रैल के आसपास आपकी क्लासेस खत्म हो जाती है, जिसमें आपकी टेस्ट सीरीज हो गई, सारा रिविजन हो गया. So you still have 40 days to go for your examination, where you can have a self revision for yourself as well. January, February, March, this is the time period when students take the preparation lightly. उनकी आंखें खुलती हैं जब फॉर्म आ जाए, या तो एडमिट कार्ड आ जाए, या अप्रैल आ जाए, तब उनको लगता है कि नहीं अब हमें तैयारी शुरू करनी चाहिए. Now I'll just show you that how the division of classes will look like. Look here. When you talk about 124 general studies classes, Indian polity will have 16 classes, geography of world and India again 16 classes, Indian economy and social development 16 classes, ancient Indian history 14 classes, medieval history 10 classes, modern Indian history 15 classes, art and culture 12 classes, environment and ecology 13 classes, general science and technology 12 classes. So all the section of the GS has been given adequate time. ऐसा नहीं किया गया, जैसे मैंने आपको एवरेज दिखाया था कि कहीं पे भी कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई एक सब्जेक्ट किसी दूसरे सब्जेक्ट पे बहुत भारी पड़ रहा है. इन द लास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर ज्योग्राफी, एनवायरनमेंट एंड इकोलॉजी हैज 36 क्वेश्चन, बट दीज आर हाइब्रिड क्वेश्चन. अगर आप डिवाइड करोगे एवरेज तो 18 ही निकलता है फिर से. सो नो सब्जेक्ट इज डोमिनेटिंग एज फार एज प्रिलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन इज कंसर्न. If somebody says these two subjects are enough to clear the preliminary examination, well, that is not information, that is misinformation for you. बचिए उससे. As far as CSAT is concerned, there will be 16 classes for reading comprehension, interpersonal skill, LR, decision making and problem solving, and 34 classes for basic numeracy, general mental ability and data interpretation. The length of these classes will be 1.5 hours, and all these classes will be conducted parallelly. How they will be conducted, I'll talk in a moment. 50 current affairs classes. देखो ये कैसी होंगी? 25 classes होंगी on current issues of national and international importance of last 2 years. क्योंकि international relation जैसी चीज है, वो बहुत जल्दी जल्दी change होता है. We have seen Russia-Ukraine war. We have seen the Hamas and Israel war. So there are so many things that are happening. There would be 5 classes which will deal exclusively with the government schemes, programs and policies and laws. All the government schemes that have been launched since 2014, 10 साल हो गए, and the same government continues or the same party remains in power. That's why all these schemes become important. कई बार तो यूपीएससी हो सकता है उससे पीछे का भी पूछ ले, लेकिन इतना भी कर लेंगे तो काफी है. Then 5 classes will be on world and India map marking. इसमें हम क्या करेंगे? इसमें हम जितने सिग्निफिकेंट प्लेसेस हैं वर्ल्ड और इंडिया में, फिजिकल और ह्यूमन geography related, we will map them as well as all the places that have remained in news in the past 2 years. मैप मार्किंग में अगर आप देखोगे ज्योग्राफी में, अगर समझ लो 12 क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं, 3 से 4 क्वेश्चन मैप मार्किंग के ही होते हैं, उसमें भी 2 क्वेश्चन इंडिया मैप से रिलेटेड होते हैं. लास्ट ईयर a lot of questions were asked from resources, minerals and all those kind of things. Map marking help in revising that kind of content as well, क्योंकि आपको याद नहीं होगा कि बॉक्साइट कहाँ कहाँ मिलता है, but if you study it with a map, you will be able to recall it in the examination hall. Then 5 classes will be on इकोनॉमिक सर्वे एंड बजट, बट हो सकता है इस बार ना आए और शायद नहीं आएगा बिकॉज इज एन इलेक्शन ईयर, सो विल स्टडी द इंटरिम बजट व्हाटएवर कम्स बिटवीन द टू. Then 5 classes will be on environment and ecology related current affairs only, and 5 classes will be on science and technology related current affairs. So in total there will be 50 classes of current affairs, 50 classes of CSAT and 124 classes of general studies. अब देखो, अगर हम अपने आप को टारगेट दे रहे हैं 75 डेज का और 224 क्लासेस हमें करनी है, ये कैसे पॉसिबल है? ये पॉसिबल है. और कितना टाइम आप दे सकते हो क्लासेस को? इट विल ओनली रिक्वायर 6 hours ऑफ योर टाइम ऑन अ डेली बेसिस, and that would be sufficient to cover all of it. How the classes will be conducted? Take a look at this. This is how the course flow looks like. It starts from 22nd of January 2024. Every class will be of 1.5 hours duration. क्लास में कोई डिक्टेशन नहीं होने वाली है, ठीक है? क्लास में सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपको समझाए जाएंगे और उसको प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन के साथ मैप किया जाएगा, जिससे कि आप समझ सको दैट वॉट एवर यू आर लर्निंग वेदर दैट इज useful to solve the questions or not. Okay, then say from 9 to 10:30 you have your polity class 1, then there will be a break, then you have ancient history class 1 which will be again of 1.5 hours, then you have a break of 30 minutes again, then you have CSAT class 1, and then you have current affairs class 1. So you have to be here from 9 to 4:30, and you may go back to your places by 5, and still you have half of the day with you for your preparation. एक चीज और आप ध्यान दो कि यहाँ पे सारे सब्जेक्ट्स जो हैं वो पैरेलली चल रहे हैं, जीएस में भी, और जीएस, सीसैट और करंट अफेयर्स तीनों चीजें पैरेलली चल रही हैं. एज फार एज सीसैट इज कंसर्न, मैंने आपको बताया है कि बहुत सारे लोग नेग्लेक्ट करते हैं उसको, स्पेशली पीपल who are good in mathematics, say for example. They feel that they can do very well in CSAT, but students who have studied in IIT has also suffered in the CSAT paper. So do not take CSAT very lightly. Current affairs के साथ भी ऐसा ही step motherly treatment, जैसे सौतेला व्यवहार होता है ना, वैसे ही करते हैं लोग. People collect current affairs, but they do not read it regularly. They keep it for the end. और end में क्या होता है कि आपके ऊपर एक लोड बनता है कंटेंट का, and when that load is created, your brain cannot remember everything. That's why current affairs also become very important, crucial for you. This is how the classes will keep on going, and as you see, there are separate classes for government schemes, environment and ecology current affairs, map marking, then economic survey, budget, and science and technology related current affairs. The program, as far as the classes are concerned, end by 11th of April. That will be your last class, modern Indian history. और 11th April, और एग्जाम कब है? 26th of May. इससे क्या होगा? इससे एक आपको शेड्यूल मिलेगा अपनी तैयारी के लिए भी, और आप घर जाके अपनी तैयारी भी कर सकते हैं, राइट? यू हैव इनफ टाइम इन द डे लेफ्ट. Every class will be followed by the distribution of study material. Now this study material will also have 10 to 15 MCQs जो आपको सॉल्व करने हैं. तो डेली आप कितने MCQ सॉल्व कर रहे हैं आप सोचिए. अगर हम 10 भी लेते हैं तो 40 MCQs you are solving. In fact, it would be 40 to 50 MCQs that you are solving every day. And you are reading CSAT, you are reading current affairs, you are reading all the subjects of the general studies. इसकी वजह से आप पे कोई प्रेशर भी नहीं फील होगा कि एक ही सब्जेक्ट पढ़ रहा हूं मैं और बाकी सब्जेक्ट छूटे जा रहे हैं मेरे. This study material will be enough to revise the entire content of general studies. Note my words, my dear friends. I am saying revise and not prepare. For preparation, as I told you, you have to read the NCERTs and the standard books. It is non-negotiable. अगर आपको कोई ये कहता है कि ये मटेरियल पढ़ लो इससे आपका प्रिलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन निकल जाएगा, well, that is not true. I am saying that this study material will help you for your last minute revision. Apart from this, there will be also a full-length integrated test series into this program. Now, this test series looks something like this. Like say 4th of February, your first test occurs, and that would be geography of world and India and current affairs. तो जितने भी GS के सेक्शन है उसके साथ current affairs भी साथ साथ होगा, और इसका जो रेशियो है वो चेंज होता जाएगा. जैसे कि समझ लो आप इंडियन इकोनॉमी एंड सोशल डेवलपमेंट करंट अफेयर्स कर रहे हो तो हो सकता है रेशियो 60% कन्वेंशनल एरियाज 40 करंट अफेयर हो जाए, लेकिन अगर ये एनवायरमेंट इकोलॉजी एंड करंट अफेयर हो या साइंस एंड टेक एंड करंट अफेयर हो तो हो सकता है 40-60 हो जाए, 30-70 हो जाए, डिपेंड्स. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? एंड देन यू हैव योर मॉक टेस्ट्स. द मॉक टेस्ट्स दे विल बी कंडक्टेड पैरेलली फॉर जीएस एंड सीसैट, और ये बिल्कुल आपके यूपीएससी के टाइम के हिसाब से कंडक्ट करवाए जाएंगे. And the last mock test is on 5th of May. Still you have 20 days to go for the examination. So last 3 weeks you can relax and you can prepare one more time. 3 हफ्ते पहले आपने mock भी दे दिए 8, आपने टेस्ट भी कर लिए, सारा जीएस भी खत्म कर लिया, सीसैट भी हो गया, करंट अफेयर्स भी हो गया. You will start feeling confident about your preparation. वरना होगा क्या, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. जनरली यही होता है, और ये बहुत बड़ा रीजन है दैट व्हाई एस्पिरेंट्स दे स्ट्रगल इन द प्रिलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन. दे मेक अ शेड्यूल ऑफ देयर ओन, और मोस्टली ऐसा ही होता है कि एक सब्जेक्ट उठाते हैं या 2 सब्जेक्ट उठाते हैं और उसी को पढ़ते रहते हैं. जैसे पॉलिटी उठाया, वो पॉलिटी ही पढ़ रहे हैं, 1 महीने से पॉलिटी ही पढ़ रहे हैं, या 2 महीने से ज्योग्राफी ही पढ़ रहे हैं, या इकोनॉमी ही पढ़ रहे हैं, और समझ लो इकोनॉमी खत्म करके हिस्ट्री पे गए तो फिर सोचते हैं कि मेरा इकोनॉमी मुझे आता भी है या नहीं है. कुछ एमसीक्यूज निकाल के सॉल्व करते हैं, समझ लो सॉल्व नहीं होता, फिर पैनिक कर जाते हैं, फिर इकोनॉमी खोल लेते हैं. So in that way you completely destroy your preparation because you lose direction as far as your preparation is concerned. So this is what I wanted to discuss with all of you. The program starts from 22nd of January, but if you are sincere about the 2024 attempt, as I said, you must start preparing immediately. Start reading the NCERTs, start solving MCQs. तो आपको ये चीज़ें चाहिए होंगी एग्जाम को क्लियर करने के लिए. कुछ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. पहला, जनरल स्टडीज और सीसैट दोनों में अच्छा होना पड़ेगा, तभी क्लियर कर सकते हो. दूसरा फैक्ट ये है कि जनरल स्टडीज का कोई भी हिस्सा आप लाइटली नहीं ले सकते. ऑल द पोर्शंस ऑफ जनरल स्टडीज इज इंपॉर्टेंट. थर्ड, करंट अफेयर्स. You should be thorough with current affairs, और current affairs पढ़ना शुरू करो. You cannot leave current affairs for the back end. If you do that, it will be at your own peril. Then MCQs आपको solve करना चाहिए. देखो, अगर आप UPSC के last 25 years या 10 years भी समझ लो, अगर question solve कर लेते हो, तब भी कई बार ऐसा देखा गया है कि 1 से 2 या 3 से 4 question repeat हो जाते हैं. कई बार तो like say for example in 2014 prelims and 2015 prelims, or 2015 and 2016 prelims, ऐसा ही कुछ था, the same question was repeated word to word. There was not even a change of a comma or a dot. और आप सोच कर देखो कि अगर 3 से 4 क्वेश्चन भी आप श्योर होके पहले ही जाते हो हॉल में, it gives you an edge over your competitors. Then you must appear for a test series. Because without a test series you will not be able to test yourself within a time frame. आपको वो प्रेशर झेलना पड़ेगा कि मुझे 100 क्वेश्चन करने हैं 120 मिनट्स में. And do not think like this that if I do 50 questions, 60 questions, I will be safe. Now students are attempting more and more questions, especially those, आप उनके बारे में सोचिए जिनका सिलेक्शन हो चुका है, जो ऑलरेडी IRS है और अब IAS बनना चाहता है. तो वो तो मैक्सिमम रिस्क लेगा, वो तो 100 के 100 अटेम्प्ट करके आएगा. एंड इफ यू आर अटेम्प्टिंग लेस नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, सम ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस विल बी रॉन्ग ड्यू टू से केयरलेस मिस्टेक्स, और हो सकता है कुछ में आपने गलत सोच के, जो सही सोच के एक्चुअली गलत करके आए हो. सो अगर 10-12 क्वेश्चन भी आपके गलत हो जाते हैं, यू आर आउट ऑफ द रेस. So how can you attempt more and more questions? You can attempt more and more questions only when you are well prepared. आप confident feel करो. आप कम क्वेश्चन कब अटेम्प्ट करते हो? जब आपके मन में डर आने लगता है कि मुझे नहीं आता है, गलत ना हो जाए. Got it? So this is what you need to do. And finally, revision. A lot of revision. In this Mission Prelims program, 75 days, you are doing GS, you are doing CSAT, you are doing current affairs, you are getting study material, you are getting personalized mentorship, you are getting doubt clearing counters, you are practicing daily MCQs, and you are getting a full length integrated test series. Okay? So this is what I wanted to discuss. So friends, I hope the video was useful for you. If you are interested in joining the Mission Prelims program, you can download our brochure from the link given in the description below, or contact EDEN IAS You can also visit www.edenias.com for more details.